Hello friends, in this video I'm going to show a technique where in the legends of any visual you can actually show the value of the legend instead of showing the measure name. Here is an example. For example, you are comparing sales by country. You are comparing this year's sales with the previous year's sales. So you have two measures. One is called this year, other one is called previous year. So when you use these two measures in your visuals, they show it as in a legend as a this year and previous year. Lot of the time it is asked, instead of showing this year previous year in the legend, we want to see if user has selected 2020, we want to see year 2020 and year 2019, or if 2021 is selected, we want to see 2021 and 2020. Let's get to Power BI and take a look. So here I have a simple Power BI report showing the sales by country. Countries on x-axis, and then I have a year slicer coming from calendar table, and then showing two measures here, sales and the previous year sales, and those are pretty straight. Sales is just a sum of sales, and the sales previous year is simple measure which we all use, calculate sales previous year calendar date. So it is giving us Australia has 4.3 million in the year we selected. Now this is what we're trying to solve. The blue bar is showing the sales of current year. We can rename it like a this year sales, whatever we want to call it, or previous year sales, right? And so now the challenge here is, depending on what year we pick in the slicer, it is working perfectly fine. The blue bar is always current year and the selected year, and the dark lighter blue bar is always previous year sales. But if we look at the legends, so legends are showing the at this point in time, if I'm looking at this, I can't tell which year I have selected unless I put it in the title in somewhere, 28 and 21 versus 2019. But that has different challenges, but I'm not going into that. But if we look at this right now, this is this year sales and previous year sales. How about if this actually shows 2019 and 2020, or whatever the year we have selected, it shows that year plus the year before, right? So that will be more user friendly, and it will be easier to understand what we are showing in the visual. So we're going to solve for that. And what we're going to do here is, before I already have a measure, but I will walk through that measure again, as I always do. I created another table called calendar YTD2. I don't know why I gave that name, but what this new table is, it is just simply a copy of a calendar table. If we look at the calendar YTD2 table, let me go here. Calendar YTD2 table is just a copy of calendar table. I can have a very few columns from here as well. I don't need all the columns. I just need a date column and the year column, but I brought all the columns. So what we're going to do is we're going to write, and just before that, it has a direct relationship with the sales table. So calendar table also have a direct relationship with the sales table, and this new table which I created, calendar YTD2, also has a relationship with the sales table. In this video, we're going to talk about the cross filter direction, like how you can change it in the measures, and we will see a couple of tricks here. So let's add a measure first. I'm going to call it, let me call it sales show legend. So let's do that. So what we need to do first is we need to find out what years we have selected, right? So I always store in whatever the dates we have selected based on the year in the legend. And also this will be a scalable, like we can have a multiple years data as well. But let's take a look at this first. So select a year. What I'm going to do is I'm going to store the dates in a variable. So what actually we should call it, selected year dates. So that will be simply values of our calendar table. The reason why it is from calendar table, because on the slicer we are using the year from the calendar table. So if I have 2019 selected, now it will give me all the dates for 2019. And now let's continue on this. Now what we want to do is we want to compare this with the previous year. So we will create another variable here, previous year dates. So what I will, that's pretty simple. We say calculate table, and that will be values of our calendar table again, calendar date. Let me make it a little smaller. Values of calendar date, and then the function we're going to use is previous year, which is of course a time intelligence function, and like to format previous year, and then this will be calendar date, right? So what this variable is going to do here is, if I have a 2021 selected, so selected year dates is 2021 years, and the previous year date is 2020 dates. So now we have a dates of current year and selected year, and also the date of the previous year. So now we write the final measure here. What will be that? So calculate sales. Sales is our just a sum sales measure. First of all, what we're going to do is, currently what is happening is when we are selecting a year in the slicer, it is filtering our fact table. It's filtering our sales table. It is filtered, like if I selected 2020, now our fact table is filtered on 2020. First, we want to remove that filter. So what I can use here is, I can use a cross filter. What I'm going to use here is calendar date. Calendar date, and the relationship I have on the sales is like a order, on the order date column, and then I say none. So what I want is, the filter is happening coming from the date calendar dimension based on the year selected, and in this particular measure we are removing that filter to happen. And then what we're going to do is, we're going to use a TREATAS. As you know, the TREATAS allow us to apply a filter on the table. So what we're going to do is, now we have two tables with us, selected year dates. Okay, actually we can have, it doesn't matter, previous year dates and selected years date. So now we have a set of a table which is 2021 and 2020 and put together. And what table we are going to filter? We are going to filter our calendar year to date, calendar year to date 2, and then we are going to filter the date column on that. So now this union gives us both the years, 2 years dates, and then based on those dates we are filtering our calendar YTD2 table, and then because that table is connected with the fact table, it will filter the fact table as well. So, and that will do it. So now we have this measure, and let's see how does this changes. So I'm going to keep this visual as it is. Just make some more space here. So this is our old visual. Now I just made a copy of this one. So I'm going to put sales show legend measure, which we just created on our values, remove other measures. So now what we see here is, we are seeing only 1 year data because 2019, that's what we have selected right now. What we are going to do here is, on our legend, we are going to put the year column from our YTD2 table. Something is not working. Oh, sorry, one small thing. What I need to do is, I have to, in the show legend, I have to do one thing here, which I always miss. Because if we use this, we have to provide the context of the a year to our filter. So keep filters. That's why this was showing all the bars of the same size. So I think that will do it. All right, here you go. So what we have here is identical, like 2019 selected on this side, which is the 2 years sales plus previous year sales. Whereas on this side, on the right hand side, we have a same data, same numbers, look and feel is the same. But in the legend, we have 2019 and 2018. So 2019, it clearly showed the blue bar is 2019 and the light blue bar is 2018. So if I click 2020, now what happens is this will change it to 2020 and 2019. And if I pick more than one, this one works based on what we have did in the previous year sales, but here now I can see actually all 4 years because I'm seeing the 4 years. The reason behind that is 2020, 2019, 2018 selected, and it is comparing 2018 with the 2017 as well. So as we can see the 4 years. We are seeing all the years. So now we can have the, in here we can only see the 2 years at a time because it's fixed to 2 measures only, this year and the previous year. But with this new particular solution, it gives us two things. It shows the years in the legend. That's awesome. The second thing it does is it gives us the option to select multiple years, and then we can compare. And one more thing is really good here comes is, like if I select the very first year, 2017, what you will see here is in the legend you will only see, because there's no data prior to 2017, we are just seeing the 2017 and no 2016 in here. I think this is a much cleaner look, whereas in the older 2 year scenario we do see 2017, but because there's no data for 2016, we just see the empty space in there. I hope you found this video useful. This is very common ask that people don't want to see the measure name in the legend, but rather than they want to see the value. I hope it gave you a solution that how you can achieve that. Let me know what you think. Do subscribe my channel. I will be doing a lot more videos on a similar solution like this. Until next video, have a good day. Bye for now.